The end to a tense armed domestic call in Louisa County. That started nearly 15 minutes earlier.
194 Louisa, I'm on location.
One that can be replayed frame.
Can you drop that machete and knife for me, please?
I said no. You!
By frame.
Well, I don't want your family to see this, bud.
By frame.
I'm gonna remove this barb. You're gonna feel a little pinch, all right?
2 beats.
Thanks to body-worn cameras.
Our policy is anytime a deputy is dealing with the public, it has to be on.
The Louisa Sheriff's Office added a dozen of the small recording devices to their uniforms 4 years ago.
As a whole there, I found it to be very beneficial, but I was skeptical when we first got them.
Sergeant Jeff Madra says that as public perception of law enforcement changed,
An officer's word doesn't mean as much as it used to.
so did the need for this additional gear.
Wearing it for the past 4 years, I would probably feel naked without it. I would probably be more leery of going out and on my day-to-day duties without it.
Whether it's just this simple traffic stop
I clocked you at 55 and a 45.
My resolution is either kill both y'all and steal your car.
or an armed man threatening deputies, investigators say body cameras can tell the story.
I mean, she's pretty much said
That a police report can't always bring to life.
To try and describe it properly, sometimes, it just doesn't do it justice. But when you actually see it through the officer's eyes, then, that's probably the best documentation that you can have.
As was the case in Brunswick County earlier this year.
I'm not going to put my signature on that ticket.
After a woman went on Facebook Live and said she had been, quote, bullied by a racist cop during a traffic stop. Sheriff Brian Roberts gave CBS 6 the full, uninterrupted body camera footage.
Yeah, the reason I'm stopping you, I clocked you at 70. Speed limit here is 55.
Video the sheriff says proves his deputy did nothing wrong.
This is to protect the public and protect our agency, and this is a fine example. This entire incident was recorded on a body camera, and it's all lies.
But investigators say even something captured in its entirety isn't always good enough for a judge, jury, or the public.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
Hundreds of protesters marched the streets after the death of 24-year-old Marcus Peters.
I'll deploy.
That rally coming after Richmond police released the complete, unedited body cam video of the naked man threatening an officer and ignoring commands before he was ineffectively tased and then fatally shot back on May 14th. But while the RPD believes the video shows their officer did everything he could before shooting, Peter's family says it showed them something different.
It gave us a picture as to what happened, in my brother's last moments, but it did not change our mind as you all have reported already, as police have confirmed. Marcus was clearly unarmed. He was in distress. He was in need of help.
It's up to interpretation, so you'll have some that say, I see this one way and I see this another way.
And if for some reason the public can't see it, Lowe says it can put a case in jeopardy.
It seems like in a lot of cases, if you don't have that video, it didn't happen. So it makes it more difficult for us to prosecute things.
The record button is within arm's reach for most of us, so recording events as they happen can be simple. And a potential viral post is just a click away.
Record this. I'm at my house, bro. Get out of the vehicle. Record this.
It happened last month when Chesterfield police pulled over this 19-year-old for a broken taillight. But investigators say the cell phone video that was repeatedly shared online was misleading because it did not show the man being uncooperative before the officer is seen trying to remove him from the vehicle.
People will take whatever video they have and post what they feel is going to establish their point. And folks will run wild with that.
The way that I think about it is that I'm just recording from the exact opposite perspective of what they are. If they do that, it doesn't really hinder me at all when trying to take care of the call.
And Sheriff Lowe says that body camera footage will take care of the public if an officer does abuse their authority.
Other times it proves the case, and which benefits the complainant too, and it benefits us to identify wrongdoing.
But Lowe says a drawback of this technology within a smaller department such as his is the personnel needed to handle distribution of these videos. Especially when the case involves children, as it did in this domestic situation.
Guys, shoot those bad guys.
Yeah, we take care of bad guys. We don't like hurting people, but we're here to help, okay?
We have to go through that entire footage and blur out faces, license plate, children, you know, voices sometimes, everything. And it's just so time consuming.
But it's time the sheriff says he's willing to dedicate.
Hey, I'm gonna just put him in the back of my car for now.
In the name of transparency,
3, 1, 2, 3.
accountability, and public trust and safety.
All right, just sit tight for me, okay?
Takes the imagination out of a lot of it, and it's just, it is what it is.
Sheriff Lowe says this video actually helped lead to a conviction in this case. He says he pulls body camera footage for training purposes to let deputies know what they're doing right, but he says he's also had to issue suspensions due to what he's found. More information on other jurisdictions on our website, WTVR.com. Working for you, Laura French, CBS 6 News.
Problem Solvers Investigations, every Tuesday and Wednesday at 11 on CBS 6 News.